Tony Hunter's fundamental work on tyrosine-specific protein kinases. This led to the development of the cancer kinase inhibitor. It's known as Gleevec. And Gleevec is one of the most successful anti-cancer drugs today. Here's another example of the Salk preeminence. Did you know Thomson Reuters ranked the Salk as the #1 research institute for plant biology in the world? So for the last 30 years, and up to this day, Joanne Chori and her Salk colleagues have been tackling the critical issues in plant biology. Think of the challenges we have to our food supply and to our ecosystems, warming climates, shifting water supplies, how to protect crops in a changing ecosystem. The Salk is making tremendous contributions through the work of Joanne and her colleagues at the Salk in these areas too. So in short, the Salk is committed to leading critical fundamental research in biology that will sustain and I think really can improve our world. So throughout history, we've witnessed time and time again the tremendous impact that fundamental science can have. And again, I want to emphasize, to fully understand and really make inroads onto the modern scourges of humankind, as I kept repeating, cancers, diabetes, mental illness, others, we've got to continue to invest in foundational research that rigorously, systematically lays bare underpinnings of disease. And I very much feel this sort of story, because I looked at a little bit myself, my own work in telomeres, that was one example that led us into the kinds of questions that as a young researcher I had no idea they would lead into. Understanding the basic cell functionality of what goes on in telomeres, the end of chromosomes, how this works. This kind of research, and by the way, this fundamental research is being taken to new horizons today by Salk scientists led by Vicky Lundblad and Jan Karlstad's groups. I never dreamed this would be integral to understanding and even having hopes of preventing now diseases related to aging, the scourges that I was talking about, cancers, diabetes, neurological disorders, neurodegenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's. We see some of the underlying biology, and it would never have been in the horizon that I could have dreamed of, that this fundamental research would have some relevance to this set of diseases that are such an issue and such a problem in the world, and will get only worse. And other Salk researchers today are unlocking biology's mysteries again, are paving the way for innovative solutions. And again, I could relate so many more examples. Again, I have to restrict myself to very few, and just I'll highlight Ron Evans' work. Ron leads a Stand Up to Cancer Dream Team, and this is a team of pancreatic cancer researchers. And they found an innovative solution by understanding the fundamental biology of cells. And this solution is now tackling one of the really difficult cancers, pancreatic cancer. The insight was that there's a wound healing-like response in pancreatic cancers. So the cancer surrounds itself by a kind of a dangerous, in this case, shield that blocks the cancer from getting chemotherapy agents in. So this is one reason pancreatic cancers are so hard to treat. And the fundamental research by the Evans team may have found an Achilles heel in pancreatic cancer. And it's, of all things, vitamin D. It came from fundamental research, and it was found when you add a vitamin D derivative to chemotherapy that the blocking shield went down, allowing the cells to now receive chemotherapy. And so this has meant that the Evans team are teaming up with clinicians to launch a clinical trial, testing how this might be effective in pancreatic cancer patients. So important medical advances and discoveries such as this couldn't have emerged without our commitment to foundational knowledge and research. And without these kind of deep insights, new therapies for cancers would just be shots in the dark, that's all. So it's this power of rigorous foundational research that's opened up these kinds of possibilities in the clinic, but also new fields of inquiry.